I have mixed feelings about this, but let's break it down. The new singer of Linkin Park is called Emily Armstrong, and I won't pretend like I knew about her before because this is the first time I've heard about her, and this is the first time that I've listened to her live when they did a live stream called From Zero, I believe. That's the name of their upcoming album as well. And I gotta say, she sounds pretty decent. She has a nice, rock vocals. She's just a pretty good frontman or frontwoman, if you will. But of course, I have some opinions. Nobody can replace Chester. That's just obvious. And Chester was not only the singer, he was the heart and soul of the band. I think a lot of us resonated, first of all, with his voice color, but everything that he spoke about, everything that he sang through his songs, through the lyrics, especially if you were like me growing up and listening to Linkin Park, their lyrics meant a lot to you. They really resonated with you, they connected with you. And even Chester's depression is something that I think a lot of us can connect to, especially growing up. So, hopefully all of us are in a better place. I don't wish anybody to end up as Chester, but maybe I was just expecting one day, finally continue one day, because I was obviously hoping they're going to continue one day. Maybe I was expecting that they would continue with some male singer because there are plenty of great singers out there in the world. But also, when I think about it, maybe this is a good thing because this definitely marks a new era of Linkin Park. Now we can definitely say, okay, this is the new era, and Chester was maybe the old era because even if there were a male singer who could sing pretty decently, and there are great singers, there are singers that can sing Chester's song. It's not about that. It's about nuances. It's more. It's just about the connection. So there are definitely singers that could do and fill up those shoes, pretty decently. But maybe people would be even madder about that than about Emily. I'm just, speaking. You feel free to disagree with me in the comment section. I would actually like to kind of start a conversation with you guys because I just find all of this interesting. Now, first of all, I love that they want to continue, and it's been 7 years since the tragic death of Chester, so it's only obvious for them to continue. And I think of it like this: if I was in the band and something like that happened, it wouldn't be fair to everybody else to just stop. They're still musicians. They love what they do. They created the work together. I'm pretty sure of that. So especially like Mike Shinoda, he has and he should be able to continue. So maybe this is a good way to continue because this is definitely something completely different. Well, pretty much different, and that's why the album is called From Zero. They're basically starting from zero, and Emily can really sing these songs pretty good. Now, one thing that I find a bit maybe sad, or I'm a vocal coach, so I find these things like interesting. She will never have the strength or the power that Chester has, and that's just a normal thing. Like when she sings higher than Chester, I'm sure that she has all the power that she needs. But most of these songs are still in a kind of a male register, and especially in a very high male register, which is Chester's like strength, because Chester had this very unique singing style where he could pull his chest voice very high, something that most of the singers can't do. And if they do, they struggle with it. But Chester had this very, very aggressive, very high placed scream, which is kind of, or should I say, he lift his chest voice very much up to get that energy to scream. There are a lot of amazing rock singers, metal singers that can sing like head voice screams and mixed voice screams. But Chester could really pull his chest voice up very high to get that, ooh, just like in your face screams. Like that's something very unique to him. And those screams are always like, they're just, if you mess them up just a little bit, your voice will completely crack. It will not serve you well in the next couple of days. And Chester probably sometimes overdid it and he was angry, and he was a real person. So maybe he wasn't always perfect vocalist, but he didn't have the best technique in the world. I can say that. But at the same time, that's what made him unique. That's what made him like Chester. That's what made him raw, and everything, it's a full package. When you think about the lyrics, when you think about his even mental health and everything happening, that's just something that we fell in love with Chester. And nobody can replace that. They could maybe find somebody who struggles with similar things, but it's just not the same. So maybe it's the best thing for the band and for everybody in the world to see these things as two separate chapters. And I find that kind of interesting. And I'm going to be open and I'm going to give Emily a chance because, first of all, I really think she's an amazing vocalist. And from what I've heard in the live stream, I haven't listened to the full live stream. Actually, I'm thinking maybe to do a full reaction to that if you're interested in that. So subscribe to the channel. I'm probably going to do that maybe tomorrow or the day after that. I'm going to live stream it on Twitch, but I'm going to also put the live stream, full live stream later on Patreon. So if you want to check it out, you can feel free to do that or not, whatever you like. But I definitely want to check it out from a like fan perspective and a vocal coach perspective and just somebody who really enjoys music. But all in all, from what I did listen to her, she really nailed those screams, and she has a pretty like I'm not really sure about her vocal range that much still because I haven't listened to her that much. But she feels like a deeper singer, like an alto more than a soprano for sure. And her screams are very, very, very good. So I'm sure that they auditioned a bunch of singers, maybe even male singers. Somebody mentioned that they thought that Amy Lee was gonna be the new front woman of Linkin Park, and I love Amy Lee. She's a great singer, but honestly, she's more into kind of a gothic style singing, which I don't see Linkin Park doing. So that definitely wouldn't be a great fit. Although she's an amazing singer, apples and oranges. Not everything could work. So I think Emily is really a nice fit for Linkin Park. At the same time, I don't see myself ever being able to resonate with their music in the future as much as I did with Chester. A lot of that has to do with me growing up listening to them at the most important part of my time or growing up, when all of my emotions were kind of just getting formed. So, nobody can replace that. Maybe the new generations are going to see Emily as we did Chester in a couple of years and maybe 10 years or who knows. But what I really appreciate is that they've continued. It took them a lot of time. And I also think that they took some time, even because of the world. Because if they continue too soon, the world will probably judge that. The world is just awful sometimes. But they are all human beings, they are all musicians, and they just need to continue. If they love what they do, and they surely do, then they have to continue. I was interested about Emily, so I asked ChatGPT to give me the bullet points so I can learn more about her. And this is what they said. She's well known as a singer of a rock band, the Dead Sarah, and has recently joined Linkin Park as a co-vocalist. I don't see her as a co-vocalist, although she's new, but she's still, she's the lead vocalist, you can call that what you want. She marks the significant move as the band reemerges after the 7-year hiatus following the tragic death of the former frontman Chester Bennington in 2017. Could you believe that it's been 7 years? Dude. It feels like it was yesterday. Armstrong will be the part of their upcoming world tour and new album From Zero, set to release in November of 2014. While many fans are excited about the band's revival, Armstrong's involvement has sparked some controversy due to her past connections to Church of Scientology and her alleged presence at the trial of Danny Masterson, who was convicted of. I don't know much about that, you can do some research on your own. But despite these controversies, Armstrong is praised for her talent, and Linkin Park members have expressed excitement about working with her, highlighting her contributions to their new music. Rolling Stones UK said that. All in all, I think we should be open-minded. She's not Chester's replacement, and nobody can do that. Nobody can fill those shoes. But I think we should give her some time. I think she has so much to prove, and I think she will do a good job. Now, I would like to hear your thoughts. Also, you can check out some other Linkin Park related videos on the channel and subscribe so you don't miss my reaction to their latest concert, of course, featuring Emily.